This was my favorite 4000er. With this video we kick off a series of alpine adventures, this time not in Polish but mainly in English. Greetings from sunny Zermatt and welcome to ZINALROTHORN. Imposing, this is the first word that comes to mind when you see this peak. From the south it looks like this, from the east it appears like this, here it is from the north and from the west. We are taking the normal route through Gabel saddle and we decided to do it in one push. That's why our journey starts at midnight in Zermatt. It takes us 3.5 hours to reach the Rothorn Hut. This is the place where we take our only but long break on the trail, and we begin our summit push at 5:30. The second stage of the journey is the stretch from Rothorn Hut to Wasserjoch. We navigated efficiently across the Rothorn Glacier. The tracks are very well defined, so we don't even have to put on crampons. We are at 3,450 meters and that's the Wasserjoch. So the first climbing section. This section is rated at grade 2 in climbing, so it shouldn't pose any major challenges. The holds are visible and most of them are stable. The greater challenge is, I would say, on the descent. Many teams choose to rappel here, but in my opinion this section is also manageable on foot. Alors là, ça montre que la neige fond extrêmement vite, car ce passage là, il y a 2 semaines, était beaucoup plus long que maintenant. Mais bon, faut bien faire attention car la neige est très dure là. The next stretch leads to Frühstücksplatz. It's a flat area, kind of plateau at 3,550 meters. And how spectacular he is! Incredible! I would say it's the perfect site. It's the perfect site. Voila. If you want to see the Matterhorn, don't go to Zermatt, go to ZINALROTHORN and see this view. So here there are 2 ways. You can either take the one through the snowfield or the one through the loose rocks, and we'll take that one because we don't want to put the crampons on. We reach Frühstücksplatz and now we have to traverse this snowfield, which we decided to avoid by taking this lower left side. Then, following a glacier, which will lead us to nearly 4,000 meters above the sea level, we will approach this climbing section. Oh, it's not that loose as I thought. Much better. It's mainly because of an early hour, so everything is solid. By now we are in climbing terrain with difficulties rated between 0 and 1, so trekking poles are definitely unnecessary here. It's best to leave them at the hut or below the Wasserjoch. Here we finally have to put on the crampons. This is the last icy segment of our route, hopefully. We are almost at 3,800 meters above the sea level, so the snow is well frozen. This is also the part of the route that will lead us to the eastern ridge of the mountain and finally to the first rays of sunshine. We are at 3,950 meters above the sea level, and this is the last climbing section, the 300 meters of elevation gain, which is PD 3, grade 3 of climbing. We will find out if it's really that difficult. Also, jetzt geht's los. Hoppla. As you can see on our climbing section, there is almost no snow, so we will have to take off the crampons. If you are aiming for the summit in July, keep in mind that there will be likely many small snowfields in these climbing sections that we are entering in. In our case, the entire route up to the Gabel saddle was clear. We removed our crampons at 3,950 meters and begin climbing. It's 8 am. A bit easier part, but the gully, the main gully leading to the pass, looks really steep. The climb to the Gabel saddle doesn't exceed a grade of 1+. The only challenge here is the loose rock. ZINALROTHORN is a quite popular peak, not like Matterhorn, but quite a popular one, just after Matterhorn. And with many teams on this route, there is a really significant risk of falling rocks. To our surprise, we see only 2 other teams heading for the summit that day. For such a popular mountain like ZINALROTHORN, this is extremely rare.
Es geht dann nach links, ne? Das Witzli, oder? Oder noch ein bisschen geradeaus. Okay.
Today we are lucky. Aside from us, there are only 3 to 4 other teams on this mountain, so everything goes really smoothly. On the way to the Gabel, there is an option to go slightly more to the left of the couloir, and it's more solid there, but almost a bit more difficult. In our case, we decided to stay in the looser part and continue up to the couloir all the way to the Gabel saddle. We are at 4,120 meters. It means exactly 100 meters of elevation gain to make. Don't be misled by what I just said. There's still only 100 meters of elevation left to the summit. But to be honest, this is the toughest 100 meters. From now on, we are in terrain rated between grades 2 and 3. The exposure increases. Ahead of us there is this famous traverse, the most difficult section. This is the traverse of the Binerplatte, rated at 3A climbing. This is a slab which is very interesting and equipped with bolts. We have to make one move with our hands holding under the rock. This is an exciting spot that can certainly add some adrenaline.
Das war aber schön, ne? Das war aber schön. Hola.
After this Binerplatte traverse, we must return to the main ridge. We are on the shaded side, so naturally we encounter the first and fortunately the only slightly icy section. The exposure increases, but the difficulties remain the same. We can now enjoy this beautiful and really solid section of the ridge. Here rocks shouldn't fall anymore.
Allez, comme c'est solide, hein? C'est la merveille aujourd'hui.
We are now on the last part of the ridge between subsidiary summit and the main peak. Oh, how beautiful it is! Really, words cannot describe it. We reached the summit a few minutes before 11 am.
Hop là.
Woo! Whoa! There we go. Woo! Woo! After 11 hours, we finally reached the summit of ZINALROTHORN. That was exhausting, but that was really solid rock. Great climbing, really. I mean, like in the Polish Tatra Mountains, like in granite. Really, really good. And when it comes to our time, it took us just over 5 hours from the hut, which I consider a pretty nice time for the first time. The descent to Rothorn Hut took us just over 4 hours. One last important piece of information for you. Many teams choose to rappel down from the summit, it is of course possible. In our case, we were focused on our time, so we descended all of the climbing sections on foot, but it is of course possible. Normally, at least one rappel down is necessary. This is through the Binerplatte, but we made it on foot. In the end, we checked into Rothorn Hut at 4 p.m. See you in the next episode. Aber Gabelhorn is coming up next.